Hi everyone, Rene Bastarache here. Every once in a while we'll have someone writing in telling us how they had a session and they feel they can't be hypnotized. Well, anyone who can understand the language can be hypnotized. The problem is either the hypnotist didn't test them first to find out how their mind works and then hypnotize them according to their particular mindset, or the hypnotist didn't explain to them what hypnosis actually is. Unfortunately, due to the way hypnosis is being portrayed today by the media and the internet, the majority of people still have misconceptions as to what hypnosis really is and still think it's some kind of mind control or mysterious compelling force. In this video, I'm going to briefly tell you what hypnosis actually is and go over 12 ways that you're being hypnotized every day, and most likely without you even knowing it. First of all, hypnosis is not mind control or a truth serum. You can't get stuck in it. You won't do anything against your morals or your personal desires. It's not against your religion, except for those people who don't understand it. It doesn't hurt. You're not sleeping. There's no side effects, and you won't tell me any deep, dark secrets while you're in hypnosis. So what is it? Hypnosis is the state of simply being open to suggestion. You're open to suggestion the majority of your waking day. Hypnosis is actually the process of receiving suggestions while you're in this suggestive state. So here's 12 ways that it happens to you naturally on a daily basis. Number one, through advertising, signs, and logos. You're bombarded with them every day. You see signs on television, on the internet, going up and down the street, radio, everywhere. It says, buy this, do that, So there's virtually no place where you can go where you won't come in contact with some form of advertising suggestion. Number two is grocery stores. You see demonstrators while you're going through grocery stores, demonstrating or cooking different items, trying to get you to try them. Lots of times you like them and you go ahead and buy something. The scent of freshly baked breads and pastries as you're walking through the store, that's very suggestive. The attractive signage, and the signage is usually right at eye level, the best signs, and the best products. And of course that welcoming, relaxing background music as you're walking through the store, and all the sales displays you see that are all made with beautiful pictures and people being happy showing you products. Number three, I call bombardment. Everything happening at once. In hypnosis, we call this critical mass. It's kind of like doing your taxes and having a conversation at the same time. When you're so busy doing one thing, everything that's being said to you is going right past your conscious mind, your resistant mind, into your subconscious mind. So I guess you could say when you're extremely busy doing a lot of things, you're in a suggestive state. You're open to everything else that can come in. Now, the problem is, this happens to you unknowingly. You come home at the end of the day, sit down at your dinner table, you're having fun, talking to your family, your children, and in the background is the television or the radio giving you all kinds of commercials. They're selling you products while they know you're in the busy state. Now, this happens a lot. That's why you see a lot of commercials coming on during dinner time, because most people leave their television on. Or overnight, how many people do you know that leave their television or radio on all night long while they're sleeping? While you're sleeping, you're open to suggestion, and all these suggestions from the advertising can go right into your subconscious mind. Next one is music, Music is extremely hypnotic. The effect of music can make you feel wonderful, can fill you up with happiness, or can make you agitated or even angry, depending on the type of music and the lyrics being sung. How about fear of deadlines or loss, Fear is a very powerful motivator, and it's a great way to get people to accept suggestions. For instance, you hear advertisements that say, call now, we only have 2 left, the sale ends tomorrow, or keep the noise down in your room or you'll be punished, or you need to meet the 12 o'clock deadline or you're fired. Okay, that's a good one. How about buy the best security system for your home so you don't get broken into? Highly suggestive. Or call your doctor now before something happens to you. Okay, kind of, does that remind you of Uncle Sam? You, wherever you look, the finger's just pointing at you all the time. Okay, number 5, storytelling. Storytelling is a very effective form of delivering suggestions, okay, by embedding messages in the stories. Matter of fact, Milton Erickson was the master of this, with embedding suggestions in stories and metaphors. You see this done in children's stories. When you read them stories like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, there's a message being said in there. So you're open to suggestion, taking that message. How about in church? Okay, when the priest gives stories or tells parables, parables are basically messages or suggestions hidden in stories to get you to do things. And you see that a lot in sales as well. Salesmen use a lot of stories to help to sell their product. Even politicians, okay? Politicians will use a lot of messages hidden in stories. They'll tell about things that happened or things you want to watch out for, and they'll hide their messages in there. Now, this one is interesting. It's called the Pygmalion effect, also known as the teacher expectancy effect. When the teacher expects something of you, the child usually lives up to that. So if the teacher were to break down the class into blue-eyed students and brown-eyed students, and one day the teacher told the class, the blue-eyed students, you're the best, you're the smartest, you're going to do really well on this test, you'll find that they will do better than the brown-eyed students. And they could turn that around the next day and say, you know, this test was made for you, to the brown-eyed students. And you'll find all those students will do a lot better. And this is not only for teachers, it's done by parents, anyone in authority. It could be done by parents, by a minister, by instructors, even by politicians. By saying someone is really good all the time, they live up to that. By telling you that you're not going to amount to anything, again, it's usually a self-fulfilling story. You're going to live up to that as well. The next one is the Hawthorne effect, okay? And what the Hawthorne effect is basically the behavior of people can be changed in response to improving their environment or surroundings. So if I have a group of people that's really stressed and they're not producing because they're nervous all the time, by having nice relaxing music pumped into the background, maybe subdued lighting, you're going to find that they're going to produce a lot better because they feel better. So there's a lot of ways of doing that, and you see that, like I said, in manufacturing a lot. By having relaxing music while you're shopping, helps you to slow down, take your time, maybe buy more products and stay a little longer. Number 8 is repetition, repetition, repetition. Let me repeat that. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Need me to do it again? Okay. Number 8 is repetition, okay? Anything that is repeated continually, let's say daily, for a minimum of 30 days becomes a habit, okay? So think about what you've done, how you've used this form of suggestibility to build your own habits through repetition. How about reciting the alphabet? Do you do that automatically? Is it a subconscious thing or is it a conscious thing? Here's a test to find out. I want you to recite the alphabet right now as quickly as you can, okay? And I'm going to time it. I'll go ahead and do it so you can see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So about 9 seconds, okay? Now, it's a song, okay? That's why we memorize it. We did it so many times. Now, I want you to recite the alphabet, and I'm going to time you, okay? When I say go, but you're going to do this by yourself. And when I say go, ready? Every other letter. Okay, we've already passed the 10 seconds. And I'm sure you're not done the alphabet. The reason being is the first time we did it subconsciously. You didn't have to think about it. It was a habit. The second time, when I said every other letter, now it's no longer subconscious. I brought it to the conscious, and you have to think about it. You might be going A, B, C, D, E, F, kind of to yourself. Okay, so it takes longer. But if you continue doing the alphabet every other letter for a minimum of 30 days, right around there or so, every single day, guess what? It would be second nature to you as well. So other things besides reciting the alphabet, there's typing on a keyboard. From doing it so much, you can go a lot quicker now without even looking. Answering the phone, okay, if you have your spiel, American School of Hypnosis, okay, I know what to say every time. Driving to work each day. After a while, it becomes a habit. Even if you're not paying attention, you're all of a sudden there. How many times have you been maybe going to the store and all of a sudden pulled into your work driveway or home driveway, just automatically, oh, what am I doing going this way? Okay, it's a habit. Or brushing your teeth. You don't have to think toothbrush, in mouth, up, down. You just do it automatically. Lots of times while you're doing other things like watching TV or reading something or thinking about something else, you don't have to keep your mind on it. Relaxing. Relaxing is probably one of the most well-known vehicles of suggestibility today. Once you relax, your conscious guard is let down, and suggestions can go right through to the subconscious mind. Now, this is usually how the majority of people are hypnotized. However, a lot of people don't like to relax, don't feel comfortable relaxing. So this isn't the way you do it with everyone. And this is why a lot of people say, I can't be hypnotized. What they're saying is, I can't relax. I don't want to relax. So with them, if we tested them first, we could find this out and then just keep their mind busy. There's so many other ways to do hypnosis rather than relaxing you. So relaxation is not a prerequisite to hypnosis. It's just one of the most common ways, okay? In fact, relaxation is such a good way to be open to suggestion that a lot of businesses will use relaxation or different things we associate with relaxation in their advertising, such as selling a product, holding a cup of coffee. In the old days, having a cigarette. Okay, now we don't want to advertise that because it's not very good for you. How about having people relaxing in luxury automobiles, okay? Or in furniture, okay? The Sleep Number bed or the, Brookline recliner. How about chocolate? Chocolate is usually associated with relaxation. And, of course, luxury vacations, tropical vacations. Number 10. Resisting. Okay, for those of you that say, nope, I'm not going to accept suggestions. If I say, you're so relaxed, you're going to say, no, I'm not. If I say, imagine yourself in a nice, comfortable place. No, I'm in an uncomfortable place, okay? So resisting is also a form of suggestibility. We call it, that's when you're receiving what they call counter suggestions. So a counter suggestion is the opposite of the suggestion I'm giving you. So if I tell somebody who's really resistant, you need to do this, and they go, no, I'm going to do the opposite, you're still accepting a suggestion. You're not accepting mine. You're accepting your own counter-suggestion, okay? So that's still, I guess you could say, an alternative method of doing hypnosis. Matter of fact, Milton Erickson a lot of times would give suggestions to people of things that maybe they didn't want and get them to think that they should do this, Well, I want to quit smoking. Well, how much are you smoking right now? Well, I'm smoking 20 cigarettes a day. Well, this week I want you to go home and smoke maybe 23 cigarettes a day. And next week I want you to smoke 25 cigarettes a day. Eventually they go, no, I want to go the other way. But guess what? By proving that they can increase their intake, they can also decrease. If you can go one way, you can go the other. Now, Milton Erickson was known for very controversial techniques, so don't go try this with your clients. Yeah, it's controversial, okay? How about writing? Number 11 is writing. Virtually any self-help course or motivational course where you want to memorize something or have it to be part of you, they tell you to write it down, because when you write something, you make it more of a goal. You get to see it. You have to think of it more in order to write it down. So writing is very hypnotic. And of course, we just talked about stories. So reading, number 12, is also very hypnotic. So when you're reading messages, when you're reading billboards, when you're reading newspapers, when you're reading stories, all these things have suggestions or can have suggestions built into them. So any kind of magazine having to do with sales, if you look at anything about maybe talking about a boat or talking about MP3 player or anything like that, if you really break it down and look at it, you'll see the suggestions, the way they're trying to get you to buy it while giving you the information that you want. Now that was just 12 of the many ways that you're being hypnotized each and every day. The fact is that you're open to suggestion the majority of your day. That means that you're constantly being programmed. Sometimes knowingly, but many times unknowingly. The great thing about it is that once you understand that this is happening to you, especially on a daily basis, you can choose what you're being programmed for and when. Okay, it'll be a lot more in your control. So to learn more about how your mind works, you can download our free 446-page hypnosis manual right down in the links below. So thanks for watching. Be sure to share this with your friends and don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day. Bye-bye.